So one thing that, like, is to me the most interesting part of this.
So we, you know, do you need more light?
Yeah, you should have. All right.
You can, right by your elbow here, you can put on all the lights if you want.
We're videotaping now.
Yeah. Are you videotaping? So we use this like chlorhexidine and alcohol scrub because your skin has germs on it, right? And you don't want to introduce skin germs into the
I wore the
body.
wrong shirt today. I normally wear a tank top.
Usually
holds to my waist.
She's better behaved.
I am.
And now she's going to stay under, and this is my sterile field. She's not going to put her hands on top.
I'm not.
Because I will have to smack her if she does.
Which she will.
Which I will. I'm very firm. She thinks this is her chest, but she's very wrong. So. And then I'll use another prep because we want it to be uber clean. And then she's going to turn to the...
They look like condoms on sticks.
You're going to turn to the right so you don't get your chin in my light.
Very odd shaped sponge.
These don't look a bit like condoms.
Or diaphragms or something. They look weird.
They look like the old sponge, which you probably are too young to remember.
No.
Remember the sponge?
I do remember. I've never used one.
They were not good.
I love the ball pit. I've wanted to do this for a long time.
Awesome. And you want to look at this needle. This is cool. This is called a Huber needle.
That thing is really cool.
It's called a Huber needle. I think it looks an awful lot like a dragonfly. And it's a hollow needle, obviously, which attaches to this tubing, like so, when we fill it.
Oh!
Nice.
Okay, and it's, see how the tip is like that, deeply beveled? So even though it's hollow, it doesn't take a biopsy of the inside of her port space because it's called a non-poring needle. Okay, so this time what we do, her port is cool because it's a power port, right?
Tell me when.
And it has these little bumps on it that we can identify where. And she wants me to tell her when she can just take a big deep breath. 1, 2, 3, in.
God, see, why was I getting the lidocaine before?
And
it's really not that bad.
What is on the inside there is it's like a little, looks like a little Tupperware kind of thing, with a plastic center, metal on the outside, flat on the back, metal on the back. And what I do is I go right into it and I hit the back, and then it has a catheter that is threaded into a big vein that heads right outside of her heart in a vein called the superior vena cava. And then we just put a little saline in
the metal
here,
taste
and she
in my
can
mouth.
taste it.
Saline, of all things.
And then, see?
Old blood return.
There, now we know we're in there because we get blood. And we are not happy if we don't see blood.
I'm going to have to put a warning on that link to the video. Well, a lot of people can't look at the blood return. It freaks them out.
And then we secure it. And I'm a nut for securing. Some people are less into securing it, but I just feel better if it's really secure.
I do a lot of running around.
Yeah, she thinks I'm jumping around.
I'm one of those patients.
And actually, the port really holds on nicely, but I'll have to say I'm just kind of a stickler for this kind of thing. And then this is just like a little saran wrap stuff that we stick, which some people actually go home with their ports in place.
Because you're getting more treatment
because they're getting more treatment the next day, or they go home with a little pump sometimes for continuous infusion. And that way you can keep it in there and not worry about it leaking or anything. And then this is a little cap that we put on. And then what we do now, okay, you're going to taste it. And what I have to do actually...
It's really not that bad. It just tastes a little metallic.
Is that just
metallic.
Then I have to actually make sure I have a blood sample that it's all blood and instead of having saline and stuff in it. So this is going to be wasted, and this is less than 2 teaspoons of blood. Blood in tubes always looks like more than it is, really.
Now Maureen takes my labs.
And then I'm taking the labs. And this is the same when you go to get your blood drawn at the lab. They usually use a little thing like this. It's a vacuum. It's a negative air pressure. And you would get it off an IV needle, but this takes it this way. And it just takes as much as it needs until the pressure is equalized. And we check for her chemistries and her CBC.
What's that acronym?
CBC is complete blood count. Chemistries are like sodium, potassium, chloride, creatinine, BUN, all to make sure your kidneys and your liver and everything are working well enough to withstand chemo.
Got it.
And then at the end of all this, we flush in some heparin so that the inside of the line is filled with stuff that will discourage clotting. Because your body would want to clot this off, because it thinks your body is smarter than we are when it tries to clot it off.
That one's bacon flavored.
But we won't let it do it.
Bacon flavored heparin.
Yum.
Ooh, that's
All right.
And the bacon, heparin is bacon flavored.
Nice.
And that's it.
Bickering.